He's the smartest bulldog on the planet. What are you talking about? He's awesome. He can fetch beers out of the fridge. Hi guys, welcome back to Breed Review. I'm Liam Murphy, and today I'll be reviewing the Bulldog. Before I get into the review, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to all you guys who have been watching and supporting the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. We're up to almost 700 subscribers now. My goal is 1,000 this year, and I'm way over halfway there, so that's incredible. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. Have a great time making these. I really enjoy making these videos, and if people find them helpful, then great. And you know, again, thank you so much for liking and commenting on it. Most of the comments have been very positive. Some have been negative, which is okay. That's part of it. You know, I'm cool with that. Some of them have been kind of weirdly angry. One lady said that I didn't deserve those dogs on the Springer Spaniels. It was like, all right. I mean, people are sensitive about dogs, and I get it. You love your breeds, and that's all good. I'm just giving you my opinion, my take on these dogs from my experiences working with them. So take it for what it's worth. If it helps you guys, if you're in the market for a new puppy and you can't decide, hopefully this can help you out. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click subscribe. You can be part of the team. So, all right, just super excited, very happy. Thank you guys. And all right, let's get into it. Bella, where'd you go? Okay, let's start off with health. Now, not the healthiest breed going right now. They definitely have a lot of health issues. Skin problems, eye problems, joints. There's a lot of different health issues with these guys. I'll tell you that right now. Now, I'm a bulldog lover, and I've owned bulldogs. I have a French bulldog myself right now. And if you're thinking about getting a bulldog, one thing you have to really keep in mind is that you're gonna have to pay a lot of money for the dog because they're expensive, because they're very expensive to breed. And then secondly, once you get the dog, you can almost guarantee that there's gonna be some sort of a health issue going forward. Now, some people might say, and I'm going to stop you before you do, you know, I've had, you know, bulldogs my whole life, and they've lived 20,000 years, and that's great that your bulldog lived to 25, I don't believe you. And that's awesome, that's really, really good, and I wish they all would. However, the reality is, we're talking about reality here, the reality is that bulldogs are a very unhealthy breed, and through my experiences with them, you're almost guaranteed to have some sort of health issue arise as a dog gets older, whether that be severe skin allergies. Now, you might think that's not a big deal. It's super costly. You got to pay a lot at the vet. You're going to pay a lot for medicine. You have to pay a lot for food, specialized food. So it might not happen, but I would just prepare for that, okay? Aside from skin allergies, they can also get something that's called cherry eye, where the bottom eyelid looks like it's popping out. You know, back problems, joint problems, breathing problems. So as you can see, super short muzzle on these guys can definitely give them issues with breathing. In the heat especially, if you take these guys out in the summertime during the heat of the day for too long, guarantee they'll die. That seems super bright to me. Move it in a little bit. Hey guys, come on in for the real thing. There we go. Hey Bella. They do have a pretty decent lifespan, 8 to 10 years, and that I feel like has gone up in the last probably decade or so. Before, when I was younger, I remember studying these guys and seeing a lot of them were like that 5 to like 7 range, 5 to 8, now it's 8 to 10, so that's good. That means there's some improvement in the breed. However, that being said, still gonna give these guys a 1 for health. All right, let's move on to Temperament. Now, Temperament, these guys are hysterical. They are one of the funniest dogs I've ever met in my entire life. Things that they do, I don't know if it's just the way they're built or if they're trying to be funny, I don't know. All I know is they're funny. They make me laugh. Very sweet, very loving, and at the same time, as sweet and loving as they are. By the way, this is my 3rd time doing this video with Bella. I've had to redo it twice already. This is my 3rd time redoing it. As sweet and lovable as these guys can be, they're also kind of terrors at times. Bella is no exception to that. Now, with strangers, they can be a little bit aloof. I'm going to use that word as much as I can, guys, throughout these videos. Just be aware, just be ready. They can be a bit aloof with people, strangers that they don't know, other dogs that they don't know. I wouldn't categorize these guys as like social butterflies, okay? Not like a super, I wouldn't say aggression's a problem in the breed, but it's definitely there. But with proper socialization and training, you really shouldn't have too much of a problem with it, just something you want to be aware of. Now, again, as I've said this before, I sound like a broken record. Small children, bowling ball of a dog could have some problems. I mean, a lot of times people think that these guys are, you know, lazy, and Bella's kind of looking like that right now. There we go. You know, a lot of people think of this as the Bulldog right here, but it's like when they're up and they're moving. And they're a bit crazy at times. Typically, they do really, really good with little kids. They're not really aggressive towards them. They don't scare easy. They don't mind them jumping on them and grabbing their ears and things like that. Not that I would ever recommend doing that. You know, my opinion is no dog is good for little kids, around little kids. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that you're a bad parent if you let your little ones crawl over your dog. That's fine. I'm just super, I guess I'm a helicopter parent, I guess. But I'm not going to get into a lecture on how kids should be with dogs because it's to each their own, right? Temperament for these guys, I'm going to give them a 3.5. And now we're ranging this all out of 5, guys. Everything's out of a 5-star rating. If you're new to the program, 1 to 5, kind of make it up as I go. All right, you can probably tell that by now. Okay, so that's temperament. Now let's get into activity. They're a really active dog. People don't think that they are. A lot of times people think that Bulldogs are, and Bella kind of looks like that right now, dogs that just want to lay on the couch. Couch potatoes, want to lay on the couch all day. That's not necessarily true. They're actually a very athletic dog. They do require exercise. They do require quite a bit of exercise. So you want to do a lot of low impact exercise with these guys. So if you're somebody who likes to run, mountain bike, not a good dog for you. You're going to have to leave the dog home for a lot of those activities. And if you wanted a dog to accompany you on those as a companion, then you're going to be SOL, as they say around these parts, because you know they just can't handle it. Sometimes they can keep up, don't get me wrong, they have the energy to do it. I just don't think they have the bone structure and the physical setup to be able to handle the stresses of those types of activities. Long walks, some hikes, again, no high elevation, things like that, mostly flat ground if you can. And you know, they're not really great swimmers, so really they're just kind of like a leisurely walk type of dog. So activity, again, they're not couch potatoes. They do have a lot of energy. They require exercise, but not too much. I'm going to give them a 2.5 for activity. Kind of mid-range there. Okay, so let's talk about training. Now, not an easy dog to train, okay? If you want a dog that's really well behaved and obedient, don't get this dog. Don't get a Bulldog. Don't get me wrong, some of them can be obedient and they want to be good so bad, but they're Bulldogs. They're very stubborn, okay? Very hard to train on leash, very hard to house train. Not the easiest dog to house train either. It takes a long time. I always say if I see somebody who's owned more than one Bulldog in their lifetime, then they love Bulldog. You really like Bulldog because there's a lot you have to put up with, all right? But I think, and I think Bulldog owners will agree, that the payoff is worth it. You know, they're not that obedient, so, you know, sir, what do you want next, master? They're not that type of dog, but they are a joy. They can be trained. You can train them. It will happen. If you're willing to put in the work, if you're truly willing to work with a good trainer and then put in the work yourself, then I believe it's worth it. Now, some people don't have that time. Be realistic. Do you have the time? Do you have the patience? Some people don't have the patience. That's okay, because they'll push them. They'll push your patience, all right? But be honest. Do you have the time, the patience, the money to invest in all that, to invest in their training? If you do, great. If you don't, not a good fit. Trainability, I'm gonna give them a 1.5. Sorry, Bulldog owners. You're like, my dog's real smart. He's the smartest Bulldog on the planet. What are you talking about? He's awesome. He can fetch beers out of the fridge. Good, great. Good for him. All right, guys, that's the Bulldog. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Let's recap. Okay, so we went over health, not the healthiest dog in the world. We talked about temperament, sweet, loving, hysterically funny dog. Not bad with kids, not bad with other dogs, not great with other dogs. Talked about activity. Again, if you're an active person, if you're one of those marathon people, which is great, I think it's awesome, good for you. Stop telling me about it. If you're one of those active people who like to go mountain biking and all those things, not a good dog for you. But still, if you're somebody who wants a dog that's just gonna lay around all day, not the dog for you. They're kind of that mid-range. You're gonna have to exercise these guys. And we talked about trainability. They're not really trainable. Now they are, kind of. Very difficult, frustrating dog to train. So if you have the time, you have the money, you have the patience, okay, good dog for you. Otherwise, it's gonna be 8 to 10 years of, holy hell, I love her, or him, but this is killing me. All right, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys again on the next one. It's gonna be St. Bernard's. St. Bernard's. Nailed it. Bye, guys. Come on, Bella, let's go.